Welcome to the Love Below You guys. We still kicking in here doing these Corona Chronicles. I have with me Rodney Perry. What up, Rodney?
What up, kiddo? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you. Look, it's hard not to see you because it seems like every day on social media you giving us something.
Man, you know what, T. Gray? I mean, it's really how I've been maintaining my psyche, man. It's like, I'm a comedian. I need to perform. And
Right.
so, me and some of my peers, we had debates on whether you want to perform online or not. And I'm like, dude, when there's nothing else, I have to do that.
Right.
And so everybody doesn't process it the same way, but it's been definitely, a good thing for me, and I done booked some gigs. I done done some little virtual Zoom parties and Zoom shows and so it's like it's really
that's the way of the world right now, though. I think people are going to negate how much content and how much people are building and growing. I know a lot of people are struggling and going through it, but at the same time, people with creative minds, like they on in zone right now. And being able to utilize all these different platforms, and then now we have the Zoom to kind of get out and reach more people. I think people are going to start to utilize it a whole lot more after this.
I mean, to be honest, I think it might be part of the new normal. I mean, even when the world opens back up, people may or may not want to even sit next to each other. So there might be clubs with 100 people in it, and the rest of the people are here.
Yeah, most definitely. I was just talking to somebody the other day about, how once they have the social distancing and clubs do begin to reopen, how do you work that with that 6 feet apart? You know what I mean? Once you go in there, are you still going to feel like you're performing to an empty room?
And how about this?
More shows.
I'm on stage with all y'all breathing at me. If you motherfuckers don't stop breathing at me,
you better not call. Nigga,
if you call, the show is over. One call. You know what? I'm out of here.
How long do you think it's going to be before somebody can cough in public and people not going to be like, giving them the side eye for a second?
It's going to be a while. Like, I was at Walmart the other day and I had to sneeze. I had to swallow it. I was like, I'm not about to have people looking at me. And then I got my little mask, T. Gray. All right.
Oh, your mask fly too.
Somebody sent me this. Nice. I got my little mask, but it gives me anxiety to wear it.
I can believe that.
I'm walking around Walmart like, I'm stressed out.
Listen, the tables have turned because it used to be if you in the store, somebody come in with a mask, it's a problem. Now you got to worry about the mug who come in with no mask. Like, you getting your ass up out of here.
You crazy. and let's not even get into it's people meeting people with masks on now. Then you don't know what their mouth look like. Got the corona over. You're gonna be like, man, I found out old girl snack a tooth, man.
Oh man.
I'm in love with her now though, but she ain't got no teeth.
Take that broad to the dentist, fix her on up.
Her little eyes was cute as hell though.
That's another thing that's very interesting is when you're moving about and you're in stores and things like that, people seemingly now looking you dead right here. You know what I mean? Like they have no choice. Right. Now, I wonder, does that make a difference, say, if a man sees a woman or this, that, and the third, and kind of debating in their mind whether or not that person is attractive? Can you make that decision without being able to see any of that? Can you go?
You know what? I think that's relative to the type of guy it is. Because, everybody is not a face guy. Some guys are breast guys. Some guys are ass guys. Some guys are leg guys, Right. And so if you an ass guy, you still going, all right now. Okay, I see you. if you a leg guy, you're like, all right, little mama, okay. She could be cockeyed as all outdoors. It don't matter. But for guys that's driven by the pretty face, I'm sure it's a problem for them right now.
Yeah, I believe that the perception about how people receive other people is definitely going to change after this. We're at home, so it's a lot of reflection going on. And that's, whether you're a person who used to be on stage or not, whatever the case may be, I think a lot of self-reflection is happening right now. So I'm interested to see how people come out on the other side of this. Are there going to be people to say, hey, I'm giving up comedy, I'm never doing this again, you know, I'm going to go get me an essential job? Or, you know, I wonder if the mindset for us going to change what we do.
I would imagine if you were on the fence, if you was even a little bit on the fence, it might be over for you. But, you know, for guys like me that's been, you know, in the game 20 or 30 years, I've seen the ebbs and flows. Mm-hmm. You know, first of all, changing careers 30 years in is not an option. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what I'm going to do, show up at somebody's office?
Right.
Who is the funny guy in cubicle number 6? You know what I'm saying? And so I just can't spend my time that way. You know, when in doubt, create. You know, whenever you get pushed, when I personally get pushed in life, whatever it is, whatever the push is, I always lean toward creating something. You know, I like to think I do anyway.
So real quick, let's talk about something you have created recently, because now through your IG Live, you have these open mics, which have been awesome. I've gotten to know and have gotten to see comedians that I've never ever heard of that are genuinely funny. A lot of them are first timers and have never tried doing it before. So what, I guess we all kind of know what prompted it, but you know, where do you, what made you do that? Let me just ask in a quick way. What made you go ahead?
Okay. Well, Ali Sadiq came up with the Corona Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do something comedy that wasn't that.
Right.
And
right.
so I was like, you know what? People need a place to work out. Like, it's people that don't know how to perform online because it's a different style comedically. And so I was like, okay, I create a place, no pressure. You only got to do 2 minutes, you know, so you can come in, hit that 2 minutes. I get you out of there. I'm your audience. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to give you energy. And so that was kind of the brainchild. And I realized I needed to make people make an appointment. You know what I mean? Like I was randomly doing stuff. You know, I got my little Family Feud cards over here. I was, you know, I might play music. I was doing random stuff on my live.
Right.
And so I wanted to have something that people could definitely make an appointment for every week. And it's growing. It's growing. And I got like 15 calls for next week already.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I do think it was very big when Ali Sadiq started the Corona Comedy Club. I think he kind of set a standard. And it seemed like he got to it first.
Right.
So I definitely admire that move, and it's been great comics, fantastic material.
And lineups you would never see.
Yes.
I mean, it's people because we never get to work together. Like once you start headlining, you rarely work with another headliner. So to have a show with J.J. Williamson, Rodney Perry, you know, Capone Lee on the same show,
what?
Crazy.
Yeah. I have truly, truly enjoyed it. Truly, truly enjoyed it. And I believe that it's a good way to, not for the comedian, for the people who don't get to get on stage and say you're used to getting that laughter, used to getting that energy, and you're standing in your room, your dining room, living room, whatever the case may be, and you're trying to get that energy. I think it's good when you run those lives back and you can see the visual. You can see how many people are putting those hearts there. You can see how many people are sending those laughs. You can see how many people really hit your Cash App, because I do know, you know,
them Cash Apps,
people are hitting them Cash Apps because it's a lot of us just appreciate the fact that y'all are coming out and doing that to help everybody get through. So I know, you know, it's beneficial. I hope more comedians hop on that thing. Really go. I know around a certain time of night, the live be lit up. You don't know who's live.
And it's not just Ali. It's a lot of people out there doing different stuff. I saw Rip Michaels and them. They did a show. They actually went into a club and they did a show from the club on the Zoom. If you go to Zoom or you can go to their social media and see it. I thought that was really creative. I thought it was really kind of not social distancing, but
right.
It was kind of dope.
One of the dudes still had the mask on.
what you doing? It's crazy.
Yeah, but I've definitely enjoyed it. I'm eager for things to get back to normal, but don't necessarily feel like it has to rush. I think that everything happens for a reason. So
Yeah, I mean, I think what is normal. I don't know if we'll ever see normal, again. Well, not what we were used to anyway. I mean, it's changing everything. All the relationships are changing. I mean, somebody have a little sniffles, you'd be like, go on with that.
The biggest relationship.
You cute girl, but you sick.
The biggest relationship that this has changed for me, for real, is between me, the fork, and the plate. Like me, the fork,
wow.
and the plate. Like we've become such good friends.
Like, first of all, we are cooking more than we've ever cooked. Yeah. I mean, we're literally cooking food every day. Like we going out to eat tonight just because we don't want to eat our own food no more.
Right. It has been a lot. It definitely.
So we're definitely cooking more, but you also eating at crazy hours. I'm eating T-Gray, no bullshit. It's nothing for me to grab something to eat at 4:00 in the morning.
I feel you.
Just need to chew something.
Yeah, my sleep pattern is jacked up. And if I'm up late like that, best believe it's a bowl of cereal happening. Maybe 2.
Right. Now, are you working out? Are you doing these online? It's so many online workouts.
So my trainer is awesome, and I appreciate him. He sends us meal plans. He checks what we're eating. There is a workout twice a day, Monday through Friday. And I mean, we abs, cardio, hitting the weights if we have weights at home. So I can definitely say that I have that access.
You got access.
I have that access. I have that access. And it's not like we can't go outside. So I could go run. I can go for a good speed walk, put on my sauna suit. And I've done that a couple of times this week.
Okay.
At Martin Lawrence out there with my sauna suit on. And
I don't fall out now.
And got in like some miles. So I'm trying.
I like your sign. That's kind of dope.
Thank you.
It's kind of dope. I've been seeing you taking it to the next level though. I've been watching.
Listen, I just try to give people something. If it could be helpful and you get a good laugh, I feel like I'm winning. So
now, how is this for you? Because it's like you might have more access to people now that they're kind of stuck at home.
You would think so, okay? But can I tell you that it's just as hard getting comedians on as it was prior to. It's just as hard, whether people are home, not home, reaching out, calling, emailing. I'm still going through the same process. Okay. So, it is what it is, but it's been great. The Corona Chronicles and the people that I have had on have been fantastic.
Oh, wow.
They've been fantastic. And Bodacious kicked it off. And I had never interviewed him before, so that I enjoyed that I had JJ.
That was a good one too. I think y'all mentioned me in that one, which is
yes, you and Ali Sadiq, because he had talked about how such good guys he was saying how such of a good man you are, which I concur. You're a good dude, most definitely. One of my best friends that I've had since I've been doing this thing. And he talked about Ali Sadiq and how amazing storyteller he is, which he is.
Absolutely.
Which he is. Like when he first started doing the shows online, he was like, I'm gonna give y'all 3 stories. You know what I mean? And give you one each in between each comic, and it just pulls you in. But I've always been a fan of just his style and what he does. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. But you're an amazing cat. You know that everybody say that. Can't nobody say nothing bad about Rodney Perry in these streets.
But you know what? That's good. I mean, I think so.
You got that.
Got to wipe your screen off, nigga. Start coughing. Like, no, hold on. No, but sometimes you kind of envy the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think good guys. I used to always feel like good guys finish last, but I've modified that as I've gotten older. Mm-hmm. Is that good guys don't finish last? They're just running a longer race. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're in a race. You just got to stay the course, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think it would be better to finish the race with integrity than to finish it as a cheater. You know what I mean?
Well, so what's a cheater? What's a cheater?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, you got to run that longer race to continue to be a good dude, then keep running, my nigga. I mean,
indeed.
You know?
Indeed. You can put that on a t-shirt. Keep running, my nigga.
No bullshit. That's going on the shirt, y'all. Okay, stay tuned. 2021, we're gonna have some shirts and shit for y'all from this entire process.
I wear the love below. I like that graphic. I wear that.
You like that? You would?
That's dope.
So I have my shirts that say "Meet me at the corner," and so it's a street sign with the sex and comedy. And I didn't think guys would like that. I knew that women may be more apt to buying a shirt with that on, but I didn't think dudes would rock it. So I ain't really put it out for the dudes, but we'll
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, now that you mentioned it, it's definitely a little ladylike, but I'm a Virgo, so it might be my feminine side that's going, oh, that's cute.
All right, Virgo.
You know, like, okay, I see you.
I see you. What if it was in all black? You rock that?
It would definitely have to be black with the light of the letters.
I'm playing with it, but
letters in white.
When I do finish, you'll have some merchandise. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you some stuff. Well, you know. So thank you so much.
Is it over?
Oh, you want some more?
I don't know. I mean, you ain't even asked me. I got my mind ready for some nasty shit.
Oh, okay.
This is love below. I'm like, okay.
It is. And I was trying, let me tell you, I was trying to keep it off the nasty because you've been on before. I was trying to give you a break.
I give you a break? Let you recover.
I was trying to give you a break. But since you brought it up, though, my
brother. No, this is what I was thinking. I thought about you the other day. When you're an attractive person, like, you kind of don't get to turn it off. Like I had this gay dude hit on me, and I was mad. But then I was like, nigga, I'm cute. I can't be mad at dude, you know what I'm saying?
Why? Like, who can hate on that? You think I do look good.
But I have to shut him down, so get this. So he followed me on my Facebook page, and he's like, yo, he just hit my, like, the little instant message, little DM shit. Like, how are you? HRU. And I'm like, why you talking to me, dog? You know, but I also, as I'm a public person, so I got to go, it's just a fan. Mm-hmm. And he said a little something slick. I was like, dude, that's really not cool. But, you know, you welcome, you know, to be, if you cool, as long as you cool, we can be cool.
Right. And
so he became cool. But get this, when he started following me, I started seeing his stories on my little stuff pop up. This motherfucker's stories be super gay.
What's super gay?
It's always a half-naked dude in his stories. I'm like, dude, I don't even know. I don't Facebook enough to know how to turn it off. So every once in a while, I got this.
I don't need, listen, he gonna poke that thing out for everybody to see.
I don't want to see it.
Is he in Atlanta, dude? Must be in Atlanta, because y'all down
well, first of all, I live in Atlanta. Everybody, all the dudes ain't gay, you know. And but it's a lot of gay dudes up in your neck of the woods too.
Listen, and they're great people.
And they're great people. And nothing has been better. I said a joke the other day. I was like, you know, this is a tough time for the transgenders, because you know, they ain't able to get to the barbershop, so they growing all their facial hair.
Listen, you got a 5 o'clock shadow and titties. Help me help you. Like, what? What is going on? What if they were mid-process on their transition?
Yeah, because you ain't trying to go to the hospital if you halfway through.
Hey, how do you explain that when you get there?
What happens if you change your mind?
You just blew my mind with that one. You can't. I don't think they can. Maybe they can reverse it, but I'm sure that maybe.
I mean, as long as you ain't cut yourself, you should be fine. But I mean,
Rodney, I'm gonna have to cut that out of this. You just fucked me up with that one. What do they do?
I'm sure there's some studies on it. I'm sure there has to be somebody. I think I've even read about somebody that went through the whole process and then was like, yo, I don't want to, this is not what I want.
So, you know, you still have the same skin, nerve endings, whatever, when you go through that transition, because if it's a man going to a woman, they simply kind of pull it toward the inside. So what would be like your clit is now the head of, what would have been the head of the penis is now the clit. So it's still like the same skin and stuff. So I wonder, can they just push that back out? That sounds like it. Oh,
my homegirl interviewed one of the plastic surgeon docs, and he said he can from a woman to a man.
mm-hmm.
He can give a woman a penis as long as her arm.
Oh, does it work?
And operational. And I was like, really? But I think they had to give her some sort of implant though.
Oh, I know there's a lot of people out there who do that, and more power to you because you are stronger than me. Okay,
right.
You're stronger than me on so many different levels to be open and go through that process. I couldn't imagine. But just hanging out as we talk about it, I don't need. You don't need no knives down there.
We as comedians have kind of been forced to really be way more tolerant, and really consider our jokes, in reference to the LGBTQ community. We got to think about that stuff. You can't just willy-nilly go in on somebody that's gay or lesbian or trans. You got to really think about that, because you can end up in a whole thing that you were just trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
go ahead.
And so I just really mind my words. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I still believe that we have freedom of speech, but what we aren't free of is consequences for the things we say.
Right. So I was just looking at something the other day. It's not current. It's a little bit older, but it was Marlon Wayans saying pretty much, like, fuck y'all who say that as a comedian, I should have to be tolerant of what I say or mindful. Like, because I'm a comedian, I should be able to have total free speech, and I have to take, the bad side of situations or the more negative and turn that into something that you can then laugh at. So like, F you to feel like I should be censored in any way. Or he was also saying, that he would never apologize for anything that was said. What do you think about that? That's what I was about that. What do you think about that as a comedian? Do you think that there's ever something that you could really put out there on stage that you say, you know what, I should apologize?
Absolutely. I've apologized to people before for stuff that I've said, because funny is always most important to me. And so I've said stuff trying to be funny that was hurtful. And so this, again, we have freedom of speech. He's absolutely right. But what you don't have is freedom from hurting people's feelings, freedom from being mean, freedom from consequences, a la getting your ass kicked.
Okay.
And what you don't want is Henry, that's not Henrietta, to fuck you up. How you gonna explain that to the fella? You better say you sorry. My bad, Miss Henrietta.
Henry will punch you dead in your chest.
He's still Henry though, in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's really an interesting concept. But again, there's consequences. I mean, and you got to consider that stuff. You may not. It might not be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I made a mistake. Before I give you this quick story, I'm doing a roast, and I won't say any names. I'm doing a roast, and the gentleman on stage roasting is killing, but he's going into this whole tirade of how he smashed the young lady we was roasting, mama.
Oh, okay.
He banged her mom. Now, in the realm of things to say, to me, that's the worst thing you could say to somebody, is you bang their mama, you fuck their mother. What? But I'm also affected because I'm super close to my mom. So somebody say something to my mom about my mom, like what? So I go up, I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man. My man up here talking about, smashing everybody's mom, but when he gonna stop faking like he like girls? I'm killing, but I'm bombing. Like people is laughing, but the air just came out the room. I thought he was still there. He wasn't. So we going. I'm telling this joke, I'm killing, but I'm bombing. So I'm getting loud. I get off stage. They say, "Hey man, you cannot say that. He's not out."
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh snap!" I thought he was in the room. He had left, and so now like I'm standing behind his back.
Right.
So I get a call the next day. It's him, and he's like, "Man, I heard you say some things." I was like, "Dude, first of all, it's a roast. You didn't smash their moms, and I don't know what you do."
Right.
You know, and so for me speculating what you do, I apologize. But really though, and T Gray, this dude was like, yeah, you know, somebody said
how you doing?
I'm gonna stop doing it. Somebody said that what did he say? Somebody said that maybe you should have another stroke. And I was like, really? I was like, really, dog? I must have really hurt your feelings, man. I'm sorry. And so as I really investigated and talked to some friends of mine in the LGBT community, it was like, Rod, you can't out a person that's not already out. And I'm like, I didn't know I was outing them. In my mind,
yeah.
Come on, dog.
Now, see, that's one piece of that puzzle that to me would be confusing. Because if I visibly see you behaving one way,
it's different with women, though.
One way, you know what I mean? If it's a duck, walk like a duck, talk like a duck. How am I supposed to know you don't see
it? Whack.
I'm supposed to know you. Everybody don't know the duck. So I do get it. But then I also get it from the other perspective. If it's not out my own mouth, then especially if this person is older.
It's not your business.
Right. But especially if the person is older, you know, they just kind of operated off of a different code, living that lifestyle.
This is where my boy gave it to me. He was like, Rod, it's like this. He said, if you're in a room and you know a dude cheating on his wife, you would never blow him up. You know it, but you wouldn't blow him up. Mm-hmm. He says the same thing. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. It's none of my business.
Oh.
Live and you learn.
At least you apologize.
I did apologize. And it was funny though. It was funny to me. It's still funny. but that goes to show you we're affected by our own baggage. Like if I wasn't as close to my mama, I wouldn't even trip. That wouldn't even flag me that way.
Right, most definitely. Yeah. The person you were talking about, I would actually love to have them on my show. I think it'd be a great conversation.
Who you think I'm talking about?
I'm not gonna say out loud who I know you're talking about.
I told you that story before, didn't I?
You're not the only person who's told me that story.
Who told you that story? About me? Mm-hmm. They were there?
I don't know, but that's not the first time I heard it, and I know I didn't hear it from you. Well, I know I've heard it from you, but I've heard it from
you ain't. I probably told you that story.
Well, maybe then that means you done told me about 4 or 5 times. Maybe 3.
That maybe, including today, maybe 3.
You maybe 3. Okay, well, stop telling me the same stories over and over. Shit. Old man private.
It wasn't public. That's a whole different thing. We talk to the world. Listen now.
Listen. So, thank you.
You supposed to act like you ain't never heard it.
I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you, T. Gray?
It's been a long day. Okay.